Welcome to the madness!
Hey, how's it going, folks? Name's Steffi, and welcome back to another episode of Ducking Around, the series where we play random games, and today we're playing Wrath of the Righteous, a blind playthrough. Okay, right, so in the last episode we created my main character, and we officially started the game. So before we carry on story-wise, there's a couple of things I need to go over. First of all, we have a, well, I need to hide this. First of all, I've done a custom portrait for Julius. So I went back and recreated the character and then, basically, added in a custom, image. It's AI, basically, but this is what I do for, my, like, tabletop character portraits and all that. If you want to know how to put your own portrait in, basically what you need to do is you need to go to the portrait section when you're creating the character, and then basically you open a folder, and then basically you need to have 3 different images. Yeah, you need 3 different images in different sizes, I think, something like that. It's pretty straightforward, and then make 3 copies, resize it using Paint or whatever, and then you have your stuff. It's pretty simple. Now, I did make one little change to the character. We need to go to... don't remember what it is. Is it abilities? No, it's not abilities. Feats, traits. I don't remember. You may notice it, but I'm trying to think if it'll show it or not. Class. No, proficiencies. Is it this? No, it's not that. No, it's not that either. Is it up here? No. Damn it. What is it? I did change the revelation. I need to show it. Where is it? Skeleton arms? Is that what it is? Yes, the revelation. So basically what I've done is I've changed the revelation from the Eyes of War, I think it's called. Basically, the Eyes of War would give us advantage on initiation checks. Instead, what I've gone for is skill at arms, so we gain proficiency in martial weapons and heavy armor. So martial weapon proficiency and heavy armor proficiency, so we become basically the foundation of what I'm looking for this build, which is basically going to be a sort of like a full caster paladin, I suppose is the best way to describe it. So we're exchanging paladin-like abilities such as smites and all that for more spells and spell casting. So we're kind of like I guess like the ultimate blend between a paladin and a cleric to a degree. So yes, that's like the major change in me. So basically now instead of medium armor and simple weapons, we now have heavy armor and martial weapons, which is going to be pretty nice. So we still have a +6 eventually, +6 to our initiation through the Pickpocketer feat and the Perilous Prophecy, which is the Perilous Prophecy. We get at level 5, we get a +4 insight bonus on initiation checks, and then at level 15 we'll gain a +4 initiation bonus on saving throws and AC during the first round of combat. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, so we are here in I've got the name of the place. We're here in Canterbury. So we've been found injured and got brought to this place, and now we're brought back to health, and now we are enjoying the day. So we need to sample the special festive drink, throw the dart at the target, and hit the mannequin. So let's officially start the game now. By the way, I'm recording this a little in advance, and I just want to say at the beginning of every episode, if you would like a character created in this game, I'll put a post on my channel, a channel post. Basically, just let me know in the comments of any of the videos in the series if you want a character created. It could be a name, it could be as specific or as generic as you possibly can, or if you want, whatever. And we'll have a talk about it and we'll see what we can do. Right, so let's get started then. Wow, there's a lot of people we need to talk to here. Our city may stay strong for another year, may stand 100 more. Let's drink to Canterbury. We've got a noble here. Let's drink to Canterbury. Also as well, I fixed the audio, I think, so hopefully it's not going to be as loud in the last episode. That's all I need. So many happy faces. Days like this keep our hope alive. Yeah, I bet. To Her Majesty's health. Present. Okay, character and interactive objects. You can interact with various objects such as doors and chests by right-clicking the right mouse button on them. The special objects have an icon above them. This is also how you talk to characters. Hold tab to highlight all interactive objectives and show the interactive icons. So yeah, so basically it's that. Okay, talk to the citizen. Let's drink to Canabarus. To Her Majesty's health. To the city. Happy City Day. Ah, Camellia. Grubby peasants and their grubby diversions. Might never bother coming here. Yeah, I suppose. Let's drink to Canabarus. Yeah, they're all just normal, I suppose. To the city. Okay. Well, might as well have a go then. So we got throwing it. Left. Aim for the left. Nice. Center point. Ooh. What about 100 places? Can you do it? Get in. Bullseye. Yeah, throw the dart at the target. Very nice. We've done that. Okay. God, I love the music for this game. Okay, there's a stranger here. I am the answer. But what's the question? I have no idea as she just walks right past us. Interesting. Did I see that then? To the city. Yeah. Yeah, saw nobles and citizens. Imagine they'll say the same thing. Okay. Let's take a whack at the mannequin. So just to let you know that this is going to be Sockham 1. Oof. So yes, just to let you know this is going to be a blind playthrough. It's only going to be blind for the next hour in the game, but I'll let you know when it gets to the point where I... What the hell's going on? Now you're going to see one of the most badass intros ever, or entrances. I'm going to put my base cam away so you can watch it. Jesus, God, the demons. Big strike.
Discari, Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Holy crap, she actually was a dragon. Oh crap.
Let the feast begin.
Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If fleeing's your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
I was going to say, for somebody to one-shot a dragon like that, Jesus. Normally dragons are, like, endgame enemies. Yeah, 1 minute in it. The halfling's armor is splashed with blood and he's armed to the teeth from a sword, a blade, and a hatchet on his belt, and a crossbow on his back. It sounds familiar to you. Oh yeah, Discari. Okay. Larger than an elephant, this towering insectile nightmare wields a scythe made of bone. His wings are swarming of biting flies and his inhuman eyes glitter with cruel intelligence. Discari, demon lord of chasms, vestations, and locusts, is believed by many scholars to be the usher of the apocalypse. He carved this realm from the raw mass of the abyss using the great scythe Rift Carver, a weapon he crafted from the remains of the strange creature his father, Pazuzu, mated with tens of thousands of years ago. Discari and his cult long plagued the northern nation of Socorus, where his cultists were eventually driven into the Lake of Mists and Veils by Oridon. Yet upon Oridon's death, Discari's influence and glorium ripened and burst, transforming Socorus into a demon-haunted worldwood. Okay, yeah, lend me a weapon, I'm going to fight the demons.
Sure thing. Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even.
I got a light crossbow, sure.
Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
Okay, well, I guess we're going to help. Ooh. Yikes.
Behold, Iomade. Behold the death I saw.
Yep. Now, if that's not one way to introduce an enemy, I don't know what is. It's literally so soon as well. As soon as you start the game, like, they'll literally just throw you into it. This is, like, honestly, I really wish you saw my initial reaction to this when I tested this game out, like, months ago. It's amazing.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
Yeah, traps in the darkness. Okay, then. Oof. You can still hear the things from up there. Alright. Devoured by darkness. The last chapter to complete the quest or will fail afterwards. The festival organized to raise the spirits of the dead has ended in death and destruction. Those lucky enough to survive ended up in the ancient catacombs beneath Canabras. Catacombs in which, so the rumors say, live a brood of bloodthirsty humanoid creatures. Find the survivors. One strike in the demon lord's titanic scythe and the merriment turned to terror. A toast celebration turned the moans of the dying. For those lucky enough to survive the calamity, it makes sense to seek out fellow travelers in this misfortune. Okay then. Right, well, let's check our inventory. Nope, I want inventory. So yeah, so we've got our light crossbow, so 1d8 piercing damage, range 50. We'll put it on as the now. Now, what's cool is, in the Pathfinder game, so especially Kingmaker in this one, we actually get 4 equipment slots. And we have 5 belt slots as well. So basically, as you can see here, we got headgear, spectacles, cape, ring, 2 rings. We have armaments here, boots, greaves, belt. I think that's, I think this is body armor. I'm not sure what this is. I think that's clothes, I think. And then we have an amulet slot. And then basically, you can switch between 4 different equipment slots during your turn. It takes a move action, I believe. I'll talk about different actions when we get into combat. But yeah, so I'm going to put this on too. So basically we have a light crossbow. Now, we're not a ranged fighter, but having a ranged weapon is actually very, very useful to have. Basically, you know, different, because the thing is though, in Pathfinder, there is a lot of enemies that have different resistances to different damage types. So having a variety of weapons, especially in Pathfinder, is very, very important to have. And we'll be checking the right then. Okay, let's go then.
This way.
Okay, Sealer. Hello.
Holy mother of...
A small woman with messy brown hair winces in pain, uttering a stream of curses through clenched teeth. She is pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders.
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
The young woman in knight's armor studied the rocks intensely, clearly trying to work out how to move them.
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Okay, so skill checks and dialogues. During the course of the game, you will have to apply your skills, which we'll quickly read. Skills. A skill represents a creature's ability to perform a specific task, such as climb a wall, open a locked chest, or spot a treasure. The number of ranks possessed by a creature as a given skill represents its proficiency in that skill and allows to perform more difficult tasks. Characters gain number of skill ranks based on their class and intelligence modifier, and any other bonuses such as the bonus received by humans. Each class has a set of class skills. They gain a +3 bonus to skill checks or such skills if they're trained in them. Trained skill means that the character has at least 1 rank in that skill. In order to determine success whether you attempt to use a skill, you must make a skill check. If the result of the skill check is equal or greater than the difficulty class, or DC, of the task you're completing to accomplish, you succeed. Skill check can be calculated with the following formula. 1d20 plus skill ranks plus ability modifier plus racial modifier plus class skill modifier. Some skill checks cannot be performed if your character has not put at least one rank into it. Frequently, you will be asked to make a skill check during dialogue. Here, for example, we're trying to help Seela fetch Anivia from beneath the rubble. The results of such checks determines how events subsequently pan out. Okay. Well, I'm not going to say what I should tell her because we're chaotic good, so let's go do it then. Okay, well, to determine how well our character can do. Now, the thing is, though, it doesn't just... Okay, I can explain this. So when we have other party members, these dialogue options will automatically pick the best person for that role. So, like, for example, I mean, if we hover over athletics, it shows the best character for this action. I mean, we don't have anything in athletics. So if we had, let's say we had a fighter who had 3 ranks in athletics, giving them, say, +9 or +10, then it would show that instead. But we are, we're not even proficient in knowledge. We're not. We got +7 in diplomacy, but we're not playing evil. Let's try an athletics check, I suppose. Let's try and help. Failed. Yep, and you can actually see what you rolled as well. I rolled 7. Yeah, that's like a 40% chance of succeeding. You have to work hard to get the wounded woman out of the rubble. At least the knight stops to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her brow.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Yeah, that came out of left field, didn't it? Does something you want to do? Oh, yeah. The woman feels so like fishing a piece of twine from her pocket. She gets to work.
Well, I'm Seela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendeb and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomade's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Sulei's expression darkens. Okay, Wardstone. The Wardstones are a chain of powerful artifacts keeping the World Wounds expansion at bay. The first ingredient in the chain was erected in the city of Canabris by the hand of the inheritor himself, a golden-winged angel sent by the goddess Iomade. That is no connection with my character, by the way. I promise you, I fucking swear on this channel that the portrait is not in connection with that. I have no idea about the story. The only reason why I made this character, like, you know, the wings and everything, is for a specific reason later on as part of this build. Because I knew about this extra character set of skills that you can give them. And I thought it matches the character, so, you know, just what I'm doing. That's the only thing, so please take my word for it. Okay.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
My name is Julius Akamus.
Good to meet you. Now, tell us all about yourself.
Whoa, girl. Slow down. Exchanging names is enough for now. We don't have time to be swapping life stories. We need to find a way out of here.
Yeah, let's get here first and then we can exchange.
Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
Long way it is.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
I'll wait for you there, sister. Okay, party. Now your party has several characters. To select one of them, click on the portrait or use the appropriate keys, Alt1 to Alt6. To select several characters, give them one command, either drag a box around them while holding the left mouse button, or click on the portrait to the desired characters with Shift and left mouse button. So that's all your characters press bash shift. Right. Well, let's have a little. Look at Sealer then. So Sealer is a paladin, level 1 paladin, lawful good. Yep. Okay, so she has 21 armor class, 20 flat-footed, 11 touch, speed 20. That's because she's fatigued. Fatigued is a stats effect, so a fatigued character cannot charge and takes a -2 penalty to strength and dexterity. Doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes the fatigued character to become exhausted. After a complete rest, fatigued characters are no longer fatigued. So basically, this is something to do with like how often you rest and all that. Okay, the Knight Errant. It is unusual to find so much cheer in a person with such dark past. It's strange to see a former thief and a street urchin wearing the shiniest armor of a Mario Days paladin. This young woman has forged her faith from the pain of her losses, and her thirst for justice and redemption. She has managed to preserve her compassion and kindness underneath her steel armor, what has become Sailor's weakness, leading her to an ultimate ruin. Interesting. Okay, so abilities-wise, so she's human. We've got paladin proficiencies. So that's all the martial, that's all the weapon and all the armor and the shield proficiency. Alignment restrictions. So a paladin who ceases to be lawful good loses all the paladin spells and class features. You cannot therefore gain levels as a paladin, so she changes alignment back. So her god is Iomedae. So Iomedae is known as the Inheritor, Light of the Sword, and Lady. I think we already went on this, didn't we? Data selection. We get Glory, Good, Law, Sun, and War, and Favorite Weapons Longsword. Bitbucket, same as us. For the +2, we get Charge, Tree Affliction. Okay, we got Smite Evil. So target one evil creature within immediate range, casting time swift action until the target of smite is dead. Difficulty class 12. So a paladin can call out the powers of good to aid her in the struggle against evil. As a swift action, the paladin chooses one target within sight to smite. If the target is evil, the paladin adds her charisma bonus, if any, to her attack rolls and adds her paladin level to all damage rolls made against the target for a smite. Smite evil attacks automatically bypass any damage reduction the creature might possess. In addition, while smite evil is in effect, the paladin gains a deflection bonus equal to her charisma bonus to her AC against attacks made by the target of the smite. If the paladin targets a creature that is not evil, the smite is wasted with no effect. Smite evil lasts until the target dies or the paladin selects a new target. Nice. In terms of her feats, let's have a look. So we've got that. Shield efficiency, she's got a dodge feat. So you gain +1 dodge bonus to your AC. A condition that makes you lose your dexterity bonus to AC also makes you lose the benefits of this. We got prerequisites in terms of traits. We got a skill trait. Martial. So she's got +4 to attack rolls and +1 to ranged. Class. Yeah, it's the paladin. Got shield. Oh, she's got shield focus as well. Nice. Increase the AC bonus by using shield. Okay. That's why she's got the high AC. It's the BAB bonus, so the skills. Oh yeah, also by gaining levels, you also get bonuses to your saving throws as well. Different classes, different saving throws. So paladin proficiencies, alignment restriction. We have Smite Evil. Okay, interesting. Biography. She is lawful good. Oh yeah, that's the full portrait, by the way. So we're chaotic good, rather than lawful. Not bad. Okay. Right, in terms of her equipment, let's have a look. So she's got a longbow, short bow, sorry. 1d6, martial. We also have a torch, which you can use, I think. Yep, ever-burning torch. 2 to 4 damage, 1d4 bludgeoning +1. Equipped, yep. We have different kinds of like light and darkness kind of mechanics as well. Alright, we've got a longsword, 1d8 slashing, what's 11 when equipped. And we have ourselves a heavy shield as well. Okay, cool. Not bad. 411 gold, I think that is, or something. Okay, nice. Alright then, let's press on them. Okay, so it looks like Aniva isn't going to be in, let's do this. Yeah, I was going to say it looks like Aniva's. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing as well is we get access to formations as well. So, yeah, so basically, we can choose different formations. So, we can hold the line, so upon receiving the attack command, the party members will move towards target at speed, not exceeding the speed of a party member positioned at the front. I think for now, because we're together, we're going to go for a triangle formation. let's go for, let's see. Yeah, let's just go for something akin to that for now. Since the two of us. There we go. Perfect. Right then. Okay, right. Okay, containers. Okay, look. Over and put all the confiscated weapons in his chest. Take a look. Maybe you can find your things survived the fall. So containers, you'll find a lot of objects that contain loot. There'll be corpses, boxes, barrels, and many other environmental elements. See what's inside a container, approach it, and interact with it as an interactive object. Okay, so yeah, we got stuff here. So we got heavy mace, we got okay, weapon grip. When your character holds a weapon in one hand and leaves their other hand free, you can switch to grip by clicking the button that appears next to the weapon set. A single sword on the bottom indicates that the weapon is holding a weapon with one hand. Two swords on the bottom indicate that the character is holding it with both hands. While they're there, the weapon's icon is displayed in both the weapon slots to the weapon ship. While your character wields a one-handed weapon with both hands in melee combat, you add 1 to 1/2 times your character strength and bonus on damage rolls. So yeah, so this is new. This is something new to Pathfinder compared to Kingmaker. Sorry, something new to Wrath of the Righteous compared to Kingmaker. Because with Kingmaker, when you put a one-handed weapon on, they would just automatically use it with one hand, but now we can actually double grip if we wanted to. So we get 2 burners of a torch. We have a flail. We got a cloak of resistance. You would try a new piece of equipment, open inventory, yes we know, and we get a long sword, and finally a short spear. Okay. That's the paused. Okay then, right, so let me, I don't think I need to hide it, do I? Not really. Right, so we're going to our character now. Now, the weapon I have in mind for this character, if I'm not mistaken, if I can find it. Just want to see, I think I'm not actually using... yeah. So the weapon I'm using is not actually in this. The weapon I'm going to be using for this character is going to be a falchion. So yeah, so basically when it starts with the one-handed, let's just put like a longsword on. So we click on it. Yeah, so basically we can click this and we can go for one-handed and two-handed. So yeah, so we're going to be a two-handed fire. Okay, so we got the longsword. I'm going to put the flail here. Okay, we got the cloak of resistance. We get +1 resistance bonus in all saving throws because the same type usually does a stack. So yes, we can put this on, and that's also a nice little cloak. And yeah, you can see all the weapons on the back of the person as well, which is pretty cool. We are going to put a torch on as well. Don't know, should I put a torch in the secondary as well? I was thinking, should I go torch as well? Yeah, I think we'll go torch as well. There's a reason for that. So I'll pause it quickly, but basically, and I'm not sure if Pathfinder follows the rules, but in Dungeons & Dragons, and I think Pathfinder as well, when it comes to darkness in certain areas, what happens is, if you're fighting in like, so there's 3 different light levels. You've got bright light, dim light, and darkness. So when you're fighting in bright light, there's no penalty to attack rolls. When you're in dim light, I think there's a slight penalty, and then when you're in darkness, there's a massive penalty. So yeah, there's something to. I'll look into it, but I think it's something like that. I'm just relying on RPG knowledge here. Okay, we got loot here. Oh, nice. What's this? Tendril of Scale. Oh, can be used with creature. Oh, okay. One friendly creature in your range. You restore life to a deceased party member. A raised creature has a number of hit points equal to its current HD, which is hit dice, by the way. Raised dead also removes the death store's condition. Going back from the dead is an ordeal. The subject to the spell gains 2 permanent negative levels when it is raised, just as it's been hit by an energy-draining creature, though it cannot gain a number of negative levels equal or greater to its total hit die this way. Got a scale. Nice. We'll keep that just in case we need it. Jesus. Okay. Hello.
Who's there?
Divine apparel of this young half-woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you would be forgiven for thinking you were a high society party, and not in the dank catacombs underneath the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated at first glance it's hard to tell if it's an animal or human.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
I was going to say, I think we found the Amiri of the game.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it.
The girl relaxes slightly, but she keeps her hand on her sheath weapon. Her self-control falters for a minute, and you glimpse the fear beneath her mask of perfect placidity. She licks her lips nervously. Yeah. Yeah, not many can withstand the strike from a demon lord, not even Terendelev.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Discari himself has come to Canabras. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Terendelev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
Anevia shakes her head.
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose.
Camellia finishes Anevia's fall with loose precision. Okay, tell me more about yourself.
Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic.
The girl gives an elegant shrug. She touches the polished snakeskin amulet that hangs around her neck. Okay, what happened to the poor man? Who is he?
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Sela's eyes warily scan the area.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah. Do you want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
Hey, hey, hey. We're the only male in an all-female party. When you keep moving, there's a way back to the surface somehow around here. Or
That's
somewhere.
right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Exactly.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Yeah, I'm sure the dead won't mind the living taking their trinkets and stuff. Okay, using abilities. Companion Camellia has the ability Cure Light Wounds to use. To use it, click on the Companion Camellia's portrait, click on the icon with the spell Cure Light Wounds in the action bar, click the left mouse button, the Companion Camellia's portrait to heal her. Healing restores lost hit points. But before we do, let's have a look at Camellia, sorry. Okay, so Camellia is a shaman, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, she is a shaman, I think. I'll talk about it in a second. So, Blue Blood. Camellia has both youth and talent in her favor. She tirelessly fights demons and cultists alike, but prefers to keep a distance from her fellow warriors. It's hard to tell if this is the arrogance inherited to some prey pull of noble birth, or she has another reason for keeping her companions at arm's length. Okay then, right, so she has -1 to athletics, +4 to mobility, +11 to trickery, +3 to stealth, and +2 to persuasion. Not bad. Okay, Spirit Hunter. So, yeah. So, Spirit Hunter. Most shamans speak spirits to learn from them. Spirit Hunters pursue them to eliminate. Some of these loners are on a quest to rid the world of evil spirits and restless ghosts. Others fight spirits to gain more power, and some join the war spirits waging among themselves. No matter how mysterious and inscrutable for a mortal's mind these could be, Spirit Hunters learn to enchant their weapons, and they could harm the corporeal enemies as easily as mortal flesh. So the best way to describe a shaman is, I suppose, along the lines of I don't know, really. I don't know how to describe a shaman, really. Because I guess more on lines of an arcane druid, I think. You see, the shamans uses spirits they inherit spirits into themselves in order to gain abilities and special feats and such. I mean, if we go to the class here, I mean, we have, I think, that's the background, right? Yeah, I think that's the background. Deity selection. Yeah, it doesn't really explain the class. I should have went over it, like, when I was doing the class, when I was showing the classes off in the last episode. But yeah, basically, they're kind of like a build your own druid, I suppose. That's the best way to describe them. I don't know, I might actually put a summary class or something, like a short summary up here or something, or down here or whatever. Explain it in a few words. Okay, so basically, right, so, let's have a look. So in terms of abilities, she's a half-elf, so, we've not read, we've not read this race yet. So, elves have a long drawn to the covetous gazes of our races. Their generous lifespans, magic affinity, and heretic grace each contribute to the admiration of bitter envy of their neighbours. Of all the traits, however, none so enhance the human associates of their beauty. Since the two races first came into contact with each other, the humans had held up elves as model of physical perfection, seen into the fair folk idealized versions of themselves. For their part, many elves find humans attractive despite their comparatively barbaric ways, drawn to the passion and impetuosity with which members of the younger race play out their brief lives. Sometimes this mutual infatuation leads to romantic relationships. Though usually short-lived even by human standards, these traits commonly lead to the birth of half-elves, a race descended of the two cultures yet inheritor of neither. Half-elves can breed with one another, and even these pure-blood half-elves tend to be viewed as outsiders by humans and elves alike. Half-elves stand taller than humans but shorter than elves. They inherit the lean build and commonly features of the human average lineage, but their skin color is dictated by the human side. While half-elves retain the pointed ears of elves, theirs are more rounded and less pronounced. A half-elf's human-like eyes tend to range a spectrum of exotic colors running from amber or violet to emerald green and deep blue. So we've got the Green Faith. So this is another of the deities. So the Green Faith is a naturalistic philosophy based on the belief that natural forces are worthy of attention and respect. Followers of the Green Faith meditate daily, commune with natural forms of power, and show respect to nature in all things. So domains as animal, earth, fire, plant, water, and the favorite weapon is the sickle. Object bound. A bounded object can be used once per turn to restore any one spell that the shaman has prepared for this one day. And basically, you can choose spirits, so she has the battle spirit. So a shaman surrounds herself with a spirit of battle. Allies within 30 feet of the shaman, including the shaman, receives a +1 bonus on attack rolls and weapon damage rolls. 8th level and 16th level, these bonuses increase by 1. The shaman can use her ability for a number of rounds per day equal to 3 plus her charisma modifier. These rounds do not need to be consecutive. I'll get battle spirit. She also has skill focus. This is from the race, because when you are half-elf, you get a skill focus. And she chose trickery, so you get a +3 bonus on all checks including trickery. If you have 10 or more ranks of trickery, this bonus increases to +6, so that's adaptability and a prerequisite for the mythic skill focus. Good charge, trait affliction, coup de grace, spirit weapon enhancement. So we'll go over the class in a second. Fighting defensively, bells. Let's see what feat she has. So she has medium armor proficiency, weapon finesse. So with a light weapon, Elven Curved Blades, a sword or rapier made for a creature your size category, you may use your dex modifier as your strength modifier attack rolls, or make sense for +4. In terms of traits, we have key senses. This is from the half-elf, +2 ratio bonus perception checks, and Elven immunities, which gives a +2 to saving throws against enchantment spells and effects. Nice. That's my timer as well, which we'll go over in a second. So in terms of the Shaman Hunter, let's see. Oh yeah, we get the battle spirit there as well. So we get simple weapon proficiency, we get light armor proficiency, medium armor, object bound. So object bound is normally like a familiar or an item as such. And then we have spirit weapon enhancement. I think this is one of the things that shamans have. So, oh no, spirit hunter. Okay, at first level, At first level, a Spirit Hunter can, as a swift dashing, gain a +1 enhancement bonus for 1 minute to any weapon she is holding. But every 4 turns beyond first, the weapon gains another +1 enhancement bonus to a maximum of +5 at 70 level. These bonuses can be added to the weapon, stacking with existing weapon enhancement to a maximum of +5. Effects of multiple users of this ability don't stack. At first level, the bonus can be used to add Ghost Touch, special ability to this weapon. At 5th level, these bonuses can be used to add in develop special properties, Flaming Frost, Keen, Shock, or Speed, and these properties consumes a number of bonuses equal to the property base pure price modifier. These special abilities are added to any weapon already has, but duplicates don't stack. If the weapon is not magical, at least +1 enhancement bonus must be added before any special abilities can be added. These bonuses and special abilities are decided when the ability is used and cannot be changed until the next time the Spirit Hunter uses the ability. These bonuses do not function if the weapon is wielded by any other than the Spirit Hunter. A Spirit Hunter can only enhance one weapon at a time with this ability. If it uses this ability again, the first one immediately ends. This ability can be used a number of times per day, equal to half the Spirit level's level plus her Wisdom modifier. So the first one we have is the Ghost's Touch. So the Spirit Hunter can add the Ghost Touch property to a weapon, but this consumes 1 point of enhancement bonus granted to its weapon. A Ghost Touch weapon deals damage normally against incorporeal creatures regardless of bonus. And incorporeal creatures, 50% reduction in damage from incorporeal sources do not apply to attacks made against it by Ghost Touch weapons. So incorporeal weapons enemies are quite annoying to deal with, if I remember correctly. Of course, we can go down these, but we'll wait till we gain levels. And then because we took the battle... And because she took the battle, because she took the battle spirit, a shaman who selects the battle spirit gains scars from every wound she takes, and the grit of battle always seems to cling on her body. When she calls upon one of these spirits' abilities, she grows in stature, becoming taller or more muscular, with a grimace of rage stretching across her face. Oh, shamans can use hexes? I thought it was only witches can use hexes. Additional hexes: Battlemaster, Blade Ward, Battle Ward, and Hampering Hex. Bonus spells: large person, bull strength, magical vestment, form body, righteous might, bull strength, mass, firestorm, rifle aspect, and shape change. And then we get battle spirit, and at 7 we get enemies, manifestation. Prerequisite for Battlemaster. Okay, let's have a look at Battlemaster. Shaman can make an extra attack of opportunity each round. Stacks with... Okay, we'll look at these later on when she gets them. Okay, so yeah, basically that's her then. I think she has access to some spells, I think. Yeah. So, Spirit Magic slots. This is a unique slot from her spirit, so she can add a large person. And then we got 2 Cure Light Wounds, that's fine. Okay, so we've got Summon Nature, Bless, Burning Hands. I'm not going to go through all these. In terms of the cantrips, I'm just going to call these cantrips, by the way. We got Daze. He's not stunned. Dismiss Spell, Divine Zap. Resistance. Light. Yep. 20-foot range. Guidance. We got Stabilize. Upon casting a spell, you target a living creature that has -1 or fewer hit points. The creature is automatically stabilized and do not lose any further hit points. If the creature takes damage, it continues dying normally. Interesting. That's good. Touch Fatigue. You don't have any spells yet. And then for myself, we have Divine Favor, Inflict Light Wounds, and Shield of Faith. But the thing about the Shaman is a preparation caster, meaning that basically you can choose what spells they use, but you need to take a long rest in order to use it. But once you use that, so basically once you put that spell in that slot and you use it, basically you can't refill it until you take a long rest. Right, it's okay then. Right, so basically we got a little bit more story, and we've had a look at 2 new characters, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, so basically I'm just going to take my time for this game. We're just going to read a lot of things, and basically there's going to be more of a... Well, I mean, it's going to be a long game. I mean, Pathfinder Kingmaker, and that was... I mean, the first 10 parts were 2-hour live streams. And then after that, it was 1-hour episodes near enough. And then it took me 290 parts to complete. Yeah, it's going to be a long one. But I really did enjoy Kingmaker, and so far I'm enjoying this one. Yeah, so this is going to be pretty cool. Right, so anyway, my friends, that's going to be it for today's episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And apart from that, enjoy the rest of your awesome day, and hope to see you next time. Take care.